They were grilling the hell out of me.
How are you feeling right now?
I'm kind of pissed. I feel like I just got played.
And so let me make good on that promise right away. Okay, this storm is getting crazy, right? And it's out of a lot of people's control. And so the reason they called me in is to try to harness that storm, try to reel it back in before it gets really crazy. Okay,
I understand.
Because we have senators involved, we have the Department of Justice involved, we have
Trump's lawyers team's gotten a hold of me.
I'm not. Well, I am actually. I am trying to twist you a little bit because in that, believe it or not, your mind will kick in.
Okay.
We like to control our mind, and when we do that, we can convince ourselves of a memory. But when you're under a little bit of stress, which is what I'm doing to you purposely, your mind can be a little bit clearer. And we're going to do a different exercise too to make your mind a little bit clearer. Okay?
Good to go.
So, but this is all on purpose. Okay?
Roger.
I am not scaring you, but I am scaring you here.
I'll tell y'all, I'd rather be out back in Afghanistan getting shot at by Afghans, honest to God, than, having to be in this kind of position. I was in Afghanistan and Iraq. 2 tours while I was in the Marines. I was a Marine for 5 years. And after I got out of the Marines, I missed the uniform, so I went back into the Army Guard. I'd rather be serving my country and doing something that I feel like is historical, but at the same time, it's not my name that's going to be there.
So the Marine Corps birthday, November 10th, is today. That's the date of the letter where they suspended you without pay.
Yes.
And tomorrow is Veterans Day.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of veterans watching this who served overseas. And there's a lot of people who are calling you a hero. If you could just sort of speak to the issue of, you seem like a very normal guy who never asked for any of this, and you're a veteran, and a lot of people are calling you a hero for blowing the whistle on something very serious, and you're being retaliated by your own government. Could you just speak to these issues on Veterans Day, November the 11th?
Well, just as I'm just doing my duty. I honestly made an oath when I joined the Marine Corps from the get-go, and as most military guys say, it's a blank check. We never give up that check. We're going to protect our country and our Constitution till the day we die. That's the point where that check is cashed in. And I have given that check to this country.
You were brave enough to go on the record, and what happened today with the letter?
Well, yesterday, after the whole thing, the interrogation I went through with the postal inspectors. Right after that, I went out and freaking delivered my mail like I was told to. And as soon as I got back to the office and clocked out, I was informed by Stephanie that I wasn't allowed to. Basically, I wasn't coming to work until the investigation was completed and they can make a decision what to do with me. And I got a letter in just now, basically stating the same thing.
Now, you got a letter just now, put up on the screen here. This is the letter of them informing you that you're on unpaid suspension. Mm-hmm. So you basically aren't working right now.
Nope.
And do you have a family?
Yeah, I've got a daughter.
You've got a daughter, and and I think you were married.
I'm divorced.
And what have they had contact with you about this?
Oh yeah, they're proud of me. Even my ex-wife, and I've actually had my mother-in-law call me and be like crying, if you need anywhere to live. And I was like, I thought you hated me because I got a divorce with your daughter. Come on now.
What did your daughter say to you?
Well, my daughter's 4, so she doesn't know anything about this. She doesn't understand this. This isn't. But I'm hoping that someday she's proud of me for what I'm doing here.
Probably never expected to be here from a week ago.
Dear God, no. And I heard him say to the supervisor that they messed up yesterday. I was like, oh, what did they mess up on? And he told the supervisor that they had postmarked one of the ballots for the 4th instead of the 3rd, because they were supposed to put them for the 3rd.
So you still stand by what you signed here in this affidavit that Postmaster Rob Weisenbach directed your coworkers to pick up ballots, and in fact, you heard Weisenberg tell a supervisor they were backdating the ballots to make it appear they'd been collected on November 3rd. You still stand by that?
Yeah.
Yes. And you don't have a copy of what these agents made you sign?
No.
No.
It seems like they were trying to make me distrust y'all. And at the same time, it kind of affected, but at the same time, I was like, no, these guys have had my back since the get-go. So that's why I continued.
Do you think these federal agents have your back?
At this point, no. Hell
Do you
no.
think these federal agents are really interested in investigating fraud?
Honestly, I don't think they are.
We have another post office worker in Corapolis, Pennsylvania, and other post offices that overheard similar things. What do you think about that? What is your message to them?
Man, I know it's rough to come out on this, and if you feel like at any given point that they've got you, that they're trying to pinpoint you and they've got a good eye on you, Veritas has got you back. I will give you guys that. You guys have been helpful in this whole entire thing. And if there's anybody out there that had seen something or feel like there was something ganky going on with this election, to include postal workers that were picking up ballots and giving them to supervisors, you should come out, because I don't care who wins this election. I really don't. I'm going to laugh if we ended up electing Biden. I'm going to laugh if we elect Trump. But the end goal is that it's a fair and correctly done election. And that's all I care about.